Welcome back to my channel at The Movie Optimist, where I try and find the silver linings in even the worst of films. Tonight, I just got done watching the newest Marvel film, Fantastic Four: First Steps. Essentially, in this movie, we are dropped right into this new Earth that the Fantastic Four live in, and they are loved. They walk down the streets and they're cheered for. There's TV shows after them. There's action figures after them. They are the saviors of this planet, and everyone looks up to them. Shortly after realizing that they are pregnant with a child soon to be named Franklin, the Silver Surfer arrives to Earth to let them know that their planet is marked for death, and in a year's time, Galactus will arrive and destroy it. Being that they're the saviors of this planet, they're like, well, we're gonna have some words with this guy. So Reed does his smart man thing, and he pinpoints exactly where Galactus is, and they get in their spaceship and fly out to meet him and try and reason with him and see if they can make a deal. When Galactus tells them that the only way he'll spare their planet is if they sacrifice their son, they're like, nope. And they get in their ship and they flee from his ship and they fly all the way back to Earth. And then the rest of this movie is them trying to devise a plan to stop Galactus when he inevitably arrives and tries to eat their planet. And that's essentially this movie. It's 95% them planning on how to stop this larger than life threat. Let's start off with the good in this movie. I love the cast of this film. The chemistry between all of these actors and actress is absolutely wonderful. I buy them being a family. They all portray these larger than life comic book characters perfectly. They absolutely nailed it. And in a world where so many people were skeptical about Pedro Pascal because he's kind of getting used a little too much, he's showing up a little too much and getting oversaturated, he is Reed Richards, and Vanessa Kirby is Sue Storm, and Joseph Quinn is Johnny Blaze. And I'm so mad I can't remember the guy playing the Thing. Eben Moss-Baccarat, I think is his name. He is excellent as the Thing, and this is the best version of them we've ever gotten in any of the movies. This movie is also the first time in a Marvel film that I've noticed the cinematography, the lighting here, everything about it. There's scenes where characters are being silhouetted by the moon and by the stars, and there's scenes where they're in their spaceship in space, flying around a black hole, and everything about this film just feels much more mature and epic in scale, and it just feels like they really cared about the cinematography here and wanted to give us a beautiful looking movie. And I haven't seen a shot in Marvel this beautiful since the last Spider-Man, or the second to last Spider-Man, where he was crying in the rain over Iron Man's death. It's just truly a feast on your eyes. The villains in Silver Surfer and Galactus are incredible. I can't remember the guy playing Galactus, but he is truly menacing. I'd say equally on par with Thanos. Every time he's on screen, you're gripping the edge of your seats. And the Silver Surfer, everyone gave Marvel so much shit for casting the female version of the Silver Surfer before the male version, and she does incredible in this movie. Every single time she was on screen, I was eating it up. She is, to me, the standout of the film. And this movie should have been called Fantastic Four: The Tension Building Movie, because the tension in this movie is, I'd say, equally also on par as knowing Thanos was coming. This dude was menacing, and knowing they had to devise a plan to stop this larger than life threat where his pinky is the size of Earth, they can't throw punches at him, so what are they going to do? And watching them devise that plan was genuinely fun and exciting to watch. Like, how are they going to figure this out? It was a mystery in and of itself, and when it clicks, you're like, that is actually a really good plan, and I'm excited to see it play out. Then that kind of ends the good for me, and I'm just going to say this before I get into the bad. I want everyone to understand, I think this movie is okay. It's okay, but I'm not saying it's a bad film. I'm not giving it a horrendous review or anything. It's just not a movie for me. Essentially, there are no fight scenes in this movie. There's an opening montage where you see a couple things happen where, like, Reed drop kicks a giant monkey into the water, and that's really it. There's no fisticuffs, there's no epic choreography, there's no fight scenes. And it's kind of a bummer for me, because one of the things I love about the MCU is its well choreographed epic action set pieces, whether it be Captain America beating up a bunch of bad guys, or Spider-Man beating up the Green Goblin, or Dr. Octavius, or what have you. I've been conditioned to expect that in a lot of them, so when I get a movie where they don't focus on the action, I'm always a little disappointed walking out of it. It's one of the reasons why I didn't really like Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, because I just don't find it enjoyable watching someone throw musical notes at people. I like seeing a dude get punched in their mouth. I like seeing a bad guy get roundhouse kicked to the face. And I understand they can't do that with Galactus, but I just think that that means that Galactus is a villain that I don't gravitate towards, because I can't get the kind of action with him that I want. And I think that the Fantastic Four just aren't a group of heroes that I like, because they're not the type type of heroes in the Marvel Universe that are known for being the brawlers. They're the ones that are putting out fires in buildings and saving cats from trees and saving cars from falling off bridges. That's kind of like what they do. And I was hoping this movie would change it, but it didn't. And as much as I thought that it was fun watching them devise the plan to stop Galactus, it really was just like an hour and a half of watching them just sit in fancy looking rooms and talk. And I got bored. I got bored about halfway through it, and I was like, all right, they need some other conflict to kind of break this up. And then when Galactus eventually arrives, there's no fight scene. It's really just, they need to trick him into doing something, and that's it. And it just felt underwhelming to me, and I was disappointed leaving this theater. I thought that, like I said, it was anticlimactic and kind of a bummer. Now, if all you're looking for is the awe and wonder, you're gonna get it, because this movie brings it in spades with its cinematography, and just in seeing Galactus, this larger-than-life villain, walk through the city streets of a futuristic Manhattan and absolutely decimate buildings. It's epic looking, but the conflict in and of itself just wasn't epic the way I'm used to in a Marvel movie. I definitely think Thunderbolts was far superior to this one in terms of its heart, in terms of the epicness to it. And don't get me wrong, this movie has heart, but it's really aimed at like a very close-knit family. It's aimed at parents. If you're a mother, you're probably going to love this film. If you're a father, you're probably going to love this film because of the sacrifices they make for their kid. Whereas in the Thunderbolts is more about just wanting to fit in, and that's something that I myself personally relate to more, and wanting to find more people that are like movie pundits like me. So between the two new Marvel films this year, I definitely think that Thunderbolts was far superior to this one, but that's just me. So I'm gonna give this movie a 6 out of 10. It did just enough to make me give it a passable grade, so I'm not giving it like a 2 or a 3. And again, I'm not saying that this is a bad movie. It is an expertly made film that excels on changing up the formula and giving us something fresh in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but it's just not for me. I like the brawlers of the superheroes, and this definitely is not that. And again, I was bored for like half the film. So take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. If you are going into this wanting to see an epic showdown at the end, you're not going to get it. But if you just want cool science fiction and you're a big fan of the Fantastic Four characters and you love how they are in the comics, or you just want something different, you're probably going to love it. But it was kind of stale for me. So yeah, guys, that's my review of Fantastic Four First Steps. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Did you see this movie? Has my review swayed your opinion of wanting to see it or not this weekend? If it has, I'd love to talk about it. As always, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll catch you next time.